All right, now, it's ancient yet modern, poetic and evolving. It is the language of both the Holy Land as well as Holy Scriptures. And I'm speaking, of course, about Hebrew, one of the oldest tongues still in common use today. And Ulpan-Or wants to help you learn it through their unique language program, as opposed to a stuffy book or a memorization structure. But here to tell us all about it are the CEOs and founders of Ulpan-Or themselves, Yoel and Orly Ganor. Thank you both so much for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
Shalom, Aaron.
Orly, I want to start with you. Tell us about this program, because we talked about how this is a unique structure.
Right. So actually, the best way to study a language, any language, is the natural way. What do I mean? Did you ever think of the fact that we all studied a language at a certain time in life? We're all geniuses. How did we do that? We did it in a natural way. What happens today is when you approach studying a language, an adult approaches this subject, he does it in an academic way, with books, an app, and teacher. But we at Ulpan-Or, we developed a system that actually imitates the natural way.
So as if you were raising them in that language. So Yoel, yeah, I mean, what are some of the unique methods that Ulpan-Or uses?
Okay, I would say that we have three main pillars, and we call them PPT, meaning the first P stands for psychology, second one for pedagogy, and the T stands for technology and also for teachers. So what do I mean by that? We know that many people have this anxiety of studying languages, and we sort of were able to make them approach this subject of studying a language with positive psychology, affirmations, and many other tricks that we do with people. Then pedagogy. We have unique way of addressing our materials using special books. We have them online, our ebooks. They're stuffed with video clips. They're stuffed with audio recordings and very, very interesting text, up-to-date text. Okay? And of course, technology makes all our materials very accessible to anybody, even to 90-year-old people, okay, nowadays, especially during the corona.
Right. During the corona, we saw that our elderly students enjoyed studying Hebrew at home, thinking they are here in Israel and developing their Hebrew through our material.
Yeah, so can you give us some more examples of the methods and maybe some of the results that you've seen?
Okay, I'll tell you, there's an interesting anecdote that we had. A bunch of girls, after graduating from high school, having a high 12-year education in Hebrew, okay, they came to Israel and they were not able to ask for directions in Jerusalem in Hebrew. So their parents pushed them, these girls, to our Ulpan, and in 2 weeks they came out fluent in Hebrew. So the parents told us, why don't you introduce your methodology and your curriculum to schools in America and elsewhere in the world? And that's what we did. Okay, so
wow. So you're using your techniques in other languages or mostly just Hebrew still?
It's Hebrew right now, okay, but we're present currently in more than 90 schools, universities, from the United States to Australia, also Jewish centers and communities.
And the recent thing is the IDF, the Israeli army. They adopted our system, and for 2 years already, we're teaching the soldiers in our system successfully.
That is incredible. All right, so my last question for you, unfortunately, and we touched on this a little bit, there's this embarrassment factor when people are learning a new language.
Right.
They don't want to sound stupid. They don't want to make mistakes. So how does Ulpan-Or eliminate that?
So what we did is a kind of a trick. We use the language from the first lesson. Our students are equipped with all they need in order to speak immediately. If they study in our branches in Jerusalem, they go outside and they use the language knowing how to use it. And any other way is through the...
Okay, Aaron, do you know how to say manager in Hebrew?
Manager, yeah.
Okay, it's menahel, okay, in Hebrew. So, for instance, for that matter, instead of being embarrassed but not being able to pronounce menahel in Hebrew, we help our students to remember it. How? For instance, if they associate that menahel, a man from hell, okay? Manager. So they easily remember that, and they're not afraid to say menahel.
That is the best mnemonic device I've ever heard as for manager. All right, well, I can't tell you how excited I am to hear about this, because it's an incredible program, and people need it. People need, especially Olim, new immigrants to any new place. It's a very important thing to learn the language. Orly Yoel, thank you so much for coming with us. And everybody watching at home, please learn more. It's Ulpan-Or, and check it out for yourselves.
And we welcome everybody to study with us online or in person.